Hi, my loves, and welcome back to Ocean Aura. My name is Phoenix Rose. You can call me Phoenix. And as per usual, before we get into it, please like, share, and subscribe. So, my loves, I know it has been forever and a day, and I am off camera. Why? Because I was feeling a little under the weather, not because of what everything is going around. And your girl ain't looking cute today. Y'all know I'm here for this hypergamous life, so I'm not about to get on this camera looking crazy. But I did want to come back. It's been forever and a day, and I will say, thanks to what is going around, not to make light of it, but now this is your girl's primary gig. Okay, so lots of changes for everybody in the collective. A lot of, fear and panic and upheavals and turnarounds and transformations. And it's all necessary. Everybody take a deep breath, okay? Take a deep breath. You cannot make a strong and informed decision from a place of panic, fear, worry, or desperation, okay? So let's all bring it down and make smart, informed decisions from a strong place versus, running around like a chicken with their heads chopped off. So really quickly, I took some notes about the new moon in Aries, which will be on the 24th of March, 2020. This new moon is the sixth and last consecutive new moon at 4 degrees of, I'm not even quite sure, but I know that the fourth degree in the just numerology, the number 4, we're talking about structures and foundations. 6 is also a number of, domestic, things referring to domesticity and, the home. And, we're all enclosed in our homes. And because it's the final one, it is bringing this energy of wrapping up, of endings, of old paradigms, or, life as you know it looks different. And so don't be worried, because that is all for your highest good. So we have some of the notes I took. This is a time of self-healing, self-regeneration. This is also a healing for the Great Mother, for Gaia, for our Earth. In one of my favorite books, Cry the Beloved Country, it says, when you stop taking care of the Earth, she will stop taking care of you. And so this time is really, like the dolphins and the swans coming back to the Venice canals, and the air pollution count being lower than it's been in, forever. This is all showing us what damage our actions are doing to the earth, but also why were people doing this? It wasn't like people were just going out like, yeah, I just want to destroy the earth. We are the only species who pay to live here, right? So people are just running top speed on the hamster wheel, just trying to keep up, just trying to keep shelter, trying to keep food in their stomachs. And right now, with this pause, everyone is seeing the toll it has taken, not only spiritually, but physically, mentally, emotionally, and also getting a backseat to see how the earth is responding now that we're not doing all of that. And so this is like multi-layered, multifaceted change on so many levels. And, this is also a healing of deep karmic wounds and a magically potent time. So, I also, I told you I'd go and I look up what the new moon means. You're free to do it on whichever site works for you. I chose the one that resonated with the messages I was picking up myself. So I definitely believe that you're going to be experiencing a lot of purging, a lot of, worry, but it's all to do with old wounds, old belief systems, old paradigms. And this is a time to recharge, reboot, and restart. And I think I wrote that down somewhere too. This is a time to purge all that is not meant for you, what is holding you back, you have to release it now, my loves. It is imperative that you release it now. We are in the age of Aquarius. We are in this time of forward movement, of transformation. And the old you is not going to be able to serve these new energies. The old you is not going to be able to show up and be present in your life. And you know, I'm always going to talk a little bit about hypergamy. So the old pick-me ways, the old dusty ways are not going to serve you if you're looking for divine coupling. Now, if you want to just keep going with the flow of what you've been doing, all is well. You like it, I love it. But we have to really think about the ripple effects of our actions, right? So not only that, with the earth showing us the ripple effects of our actions, so is our choices in our everyday lives, in our relationships, and what we expect, what we are willing to tolerate, what we're not willing to tolerate. And so all of those things are very much so bubbling and percolating to the surface. They are spilling over. This is where all of this purging is coming from. And so it's essential that you take time to heal yourself, to listen to yourself, and to rest yourself. You know, Tony Robbins says, you know, there are two different types of people and how they react. And it's like, y'all know I'm butchering it, but you know, I'm also getting the overall message, which is, who are you? You know, there are people who go through great traumas and they experience, and their experience thereafter becomes post-traumatic stress. And then there are other people who have post-traumatic growth, right? You know, think of all of your favorite people who have faced the most adversity and who they became after that, versus being inundated by it, being defeated by it. You know, I'm not saying it's easy, but I'm saying it is doable. You can hold it in your hand, this healing, this regeneration and restoration of who you are and what your purpose is. April 22nd, which is, this is no accident, my loves, Earth Day. Okay, it is Earth Day. It is also the anniversary of my my maternal grandfather, who was a man who very much loved the earth. So I always thought that that was very powerful and meaningful that he chose to transcend from this plane to the next on Earth Day. And that new moon, our next new moon, which will be in Taurus, which is, you know, Taurus is like, you know, the caretaker of man, you know, which is the earth. It will be on the 22nd of April. So this energy is going to last up until the culmination of going into the next new moon. And these are just some questions you can ask yourself, you know, like, how will you use this time? You know, a lot of people are staying home. They're being asked to stay home. And now you have all this time on your hand, whereas you would not have. So what are you going to do with it? You know, it's time to get busy in your purpose. And yeah, that's all I wrote down. So let's get right into it. I'm going to timestamp it. We're at 8 minutes, 42 seconds. So, you know, in case you don't want to hear all of that, I will timestamp it so you can fast forward. So here we are. We are starting off with the Queen of Wands. Now I did pre-shuffle, but any clarifiers I'm going to shuffle on camera, and our oracle cards. I just wanted to cut the time, which, look, I've done talked and talked. So she is someone who is a manifester. She is a practitioner of magic. I'm not saying you have to, but this is a time where your psychic abilities are being enhanced, or let's just call it intuition. This is a time when you are going to, because you have so much time for introspection, you know, this is your intuition. You know, cats are very intuitive. Sorry, I'm working with this new setup. And you see, she is, you know, enjoying her alone time. She is very deep in thought. And she is looking at her manifestation. You see that? We also have it's rooted down by the Hermit. And that's a major arcana. So those are immovable events, which is ta-da, the lockdowns or these sheltering in place or, you know, self-quarantine, whatever it is that you're choosing to do, this time of introspection, of solitude. This is what we're going through as a collective and what you're going through individually. And this is a time of great enlightenment. This is a time of aha moments. This is a time of, oh, I didn't see it that way before and now I do. Or, oh, now I have a more clear understanding of these things that were bubbling beneath the surface. Or, oh, I didn't even realize that was still something that was triggering me. You're going to do a lot of clearing out, and that is what this solitude, you know, this time of solitude is for, is to clear out what is not serving you. Stop thinking that you're less than you are, my loves. You know, we have the Six of Pentacles, reciprocity. So that's not only like, you know, you getting, you know, the financial assistance you're going to need through this time, but also that just energetically you are getting back what you have been giving. And so that's why you want to use this time of introspection to really decide, where do I want my thoughts to go? Where are my thoughts? And do I want to place all of my energy in there to multiply and magnify that, right? We also have the Knight of Pentacles. So this is assistance. This is, you know, something small that will grow into something bigger. It is the slowest moving knight in the deck, but it is like slowly but surely. This is, you know, like you know, it's on its way and it's already here. Like for me, you know, like they show it standing still, not in movement, to show you that it's the slowest moving knight in the deck. But for me, this, for a lot of people, is going to be like, oh, it's arrived. You know, like he doesn't have anywhere else to go because now it's here. This is a pentacle, which is, you know, something you can hold in your hand. It's tangible. But for me, this is also your money-making ideas, right? This is like a seed you planted a long time ago that maybe you left on the back burner. Well, now it can start reaping you harvest in this season. You know, the chicken noodle soup, you know, chicken noodle soup for the soul guy. He said that, you know, when he started trying to manifest, he had the book, but he left it alone for so long. That seed was just sitting there, that small pentacle that seemed like it wasn't, and when he left it alone, it wasn't doing anything for him. And then when he actually started trying to sell the book and really nurtured that idea and backed it with action, because she's an action taker, she's not just thinking, she's also manifesting with her action. She's action oriented. And there are things you can do from the home. Like the internet is amazing, you guys. Like it transcends this, your body having to be in one place. So use the tools available to you. But you know, it started to reap him a great harvest. Now he's living a multi-millionaire's lifestyle. And why? Because he finally started to bank on this pentacle. So we have the Six of Swords. I'm loving this, you guys. This is forward movement. So even though this seems like, oh my gosh, I'm heading out into the unknown, you're also swimming away from choppy waters. Like all of that stuff we were doing was so rough, you guys. It was such choppy waters. We didn't understand how much it was weighing on us. Now, let's move on to the calmer waters, the smoother waters, what's really meant for us, where our energy really needs to be placed. And a lot of us are in this energy of wounded warrior, right? Like, you know, you didn't realize out there in the world you were getting so beat up on until you had time to take rest. But this is somebody who's still willing to come to the plate, who's willing to get up and greet the day and reap the harvest. You know, Seven of Pentacles is seeds well planted. This is waiting for your harvest to come in, but you know it's coming, right? And look, in this, it's not showing it underground. These are things that are now blooming. Some of these pentacles are going to be ripe and ready for picking. And you have to not give up. Get your mind right. You see how we got the 5 of Swords here? My loves, you cannot be in this energy expecting to move to the calmer waters, okay? So some of us are moving out of this, going towards smoother waters. And the 5 to the 6 is showing a progression. But some people, you know, I'm not a fear-mongering channel, but is this you? Worrying, you know, 5 is about change. This is showing like shiesty energy, but for me, the energy I'm picking up off this is self-sabotage, right? Like right now you're at home with you, or maybe around at home with people that maybe you need to skip over to the 7 of Swords with, right? And, you know, leave the camp. You can't right now, obviously, but you get what I'm saying? Mentally, you can. Mentally, you can free yourself from any of these kind of energies. But where are you doing this to yourself? And then we got the Justice card, which is so beautiful. This is a time of great balancing, right? Balancing of duality. We're balancing out, you know, extremes, you know, and finding our center. And this is a surety that this is what is taking place if you use these energies of this new moon to really heal, to really, you know, new moons are new beginnings, but you can't have a new beginning without an ending. So release with love, with ease, with grace, the things you don't want, because you will be, it will balance the scales and you will be richly compensated for it. You will be rewarded for doing that. Okay, my loves? So trust that your pentacles and everything that you are seeking is on its way. So I'm gonna, from the Brotherhood of the Light tarot deck, I am going to pull some clarifiers. Oh, Ace of Pentacles. Now, didn't I tell you that this smaller pentacle, once you bank on it, is gonna take you here to the big one, the one from the universe? Don't shrink yourselves. This is a time to grow, right? The caterpillar doesn't get smaller in the cocoon. It grows wings. It gets too big. It has to come out. It finishes forming. And that happens in the dark. Right now, you might be wrestling alone with yourself in the dark, but just know that you're coming out transformed. If there is something that you don't like, you need to transform and transmute it. You have the power to do so. And look at that. 8 of Wands. That is ending to delays. That is rapid manifestations. A lot of you are going to be quantum leaping. For the people who are ascending, who are meditating, who are getting right with themselves, keeping their mind right, these are the people who are going to be the quantum leapers. And this isn't to be like, oh, well, if you did it, but if you don't, because I don't like that either. But I'm saying, do the work, you know. You can't make it into the, you know, NFL, you know, practicing once a day, you know, practicing once a week, eating however you want to eat, never working out, and then tomorrow you're going to show up at a tryout. It's not going to happen, right? You didn't even give yourself a chance. Work those inner muscles, those spiritual muscles, to get you from here to there in one grandiose leap. You can do it. And even if it comes in a small succession, it just means the stagnancy is over. The stagnant energy is over. That's a wrap on that. And this time, it's going to move forward no matter what. It's moving forward with or without you. So hunker down, get deeply rooted within yourself. Find out what it is you want, and then I'm telling you, you better put one foot in front of the other and get there. Do it. You can, my loves. You can. And the things that you're doing are going to magnify, my loves. It's going to magnify at this time because the energy is so potent. We are ascending at such a rapid pace. Every day, it's like, I don't even know who I was yesterday. Like, what? I'm a brand new person. And this is like a constant transformation. And so what do you want to magnify? Problems. You know, look at Two of Wands. That's decisions. You know, in the traditional tarot, they're holding the world. The guy is holding the world in his hand, and he picked his staff. You know, here, look at all of those stars, all that magic around, you know, needing to make a decision. This almost is like a crossroads. Make a decision. Make a choice. There is power in making a choice. Look at that. 8 of Pentacles and 7 of Swords. Now, I know sometimes that's shisty energy, and you never know. It might be with the 5 of Swords here. But for me, 7 of Swords is always a moving away from something, leaving, you know, sneaking out of the camp, but you're leaving. It's because you're leaving because it doesn't serve you. Maybe this 8 of Pentacles energy, which is about work, it's about skill and crafting, honing your skill. This is like focused work, attention to detail. So a lot of you during this time are going to be cultivating this thing that you needed to nurture, right? You're going to start, this is the succession, right? We got the 6, the 7, and the 8. So let's get to work. Bottom of the deck is the 8 of Swords. You know, you want to come out of that energy. You want to come away from it. I have this new deck, the Under the Roses Lenormand deck. I love it. I love it as a clarifier. So let's see. And they're like these cute little tiny things. But so powerful, so full of energy. I just love Lenormands. I'm actually waiting on my goddess, my African goddess oracle, which is based on the Lenormand deck. So beautiful. My mother has it. I just had to get it. All right. Ooh. How beautiful. Lilies. That speaks about, you know, harmony, peace, contentment. Oh, I love that. The Rider. That is news coming in, something good coming in, and soon. This is messages. Somebody's bringing you a message. For some of you, it could be a counterpart, you know. Somebody might be reaching out to you. Now, what's his name? I think Derek Jackson. You know, he put up that thing like the coronavirus cut. He's like, some people shouldn't make that cut. You know, you're going to get a lot of, hey, how you been? You know, this is crazy. What's going on? So be careful, ladies and gentlemen. Don't invite toxicity back into your life because you're scared and vulnerable right now. The Child. This is returning to what you knew as a child, you know. This is all about your innocence and your child, you know, childhood and childlike energy. For some of you, it could be children. You know, it's not the stork card, which tells of pregnancy or births or new beginnings, but still, got a lot of time on your hands. So if you're not ready to be a parent, careful on how you're spending your time. But I love that she's surrounded by butterflies. Again, the transformation, you know. Go back to what you knew that was true when you were a child. The Letter. I'm telling you, you guys, somebody's getting some type of correspondence. This could be via social media, email, you know, the internet. You might receive a physical letter to your door. It could even be a phone call, because this is communication. So there is some type of communication coming in that is going to be, you know, bringing peace, joy, you know, that free abandon of, I can relax into this, you know. finding your tribe, your community, right? Because we got the garden, which is about social gatherings and networking. Now, we can't do that in person right now, but you can do that again via social media, via telephone. You know, there are different ways communication can take place. And I love this deck right here. Hang on, because it's got so many things going on. This is the Work Your Light tarot deck. Oh, that was my candle, guys. The Work Your Light Oracle. And I love it. I love it so much. So let's get the energy for the collective. This new moon, what energy is it bringing in? We're already at 25 minutes, going into 26. So I don't want to keep you guys longer than at least 30. Okay, but these messages are really necessary, guys. So if you can hang on to the end, I appreciate you. It'll be to your benefit as well. Oh, well, isn't that funny? Take a break. A life's work, not a season. Get off the treadmill. Well, didn't we all just do that? And didn't I talk about running top speed on the hamster wheel? And you see that little crescent moon? That's the new moon. I'm telling you, there's going to be a lot of uploads and upgrades spiritually, mentally, emotionally, breakthroughs, you know, happening. We got Pillar of Light. Your vibration is rising. You are the oracle. Oh, didn't I say? Oh, I just love, this is why I love pulling oracle cards, guys, because they just confirm everything I say. Soul family, call in your tribe. Oh my God, I almost got on camera for that one. You don't have to do it alone. Didn't I tell you? And you see like the wildlife in the back restoring. I'm telling you guys, this is such a beautiful time. And I don't mean to sound insensitive, because I know people have lost loved ones. People are going through a really rough time. But also some people are developing, you know. Some people are, this time is bringing positive change. So with respect to the people who have lost their lives, you know, absolutely you want to pause and give respect to those who are suffering right now. Send them love and light, but also keep the vibration high so that you can send them love and light. Keep your vibration high so that you can be of service, even if it's just energetically, to the collective. You know, there's so many acts of kindness going on right now. It shouldn't take a pandemic to behave that way. And I feel like the vibration of everyone is rising. Look, it came out 3. Don't got to do anything else. Look at that. Infinite abundance. Abundance is pouring into your life. Didn't we talk about that, my loves? Gotta love it. Finding sanctuary. Opening to your spiritual source. See, again, with the solitude, you know, we're finding sanctuary within our homes, but also within ourselves, and connecting to what resonates with us as source, as universe, as God, Allah, Buddha, whatever it is that you resonate with, that expresses your highest divinity. You're coming into communion with that now. Protected by angels. And again, you can replace that with whatever terminology works for you. You are cherished by the angels. Okay, this can also be your ancestors. So make sure you are talking to your ancestors, to people you know who have lived through things and have come out on the other side better for it. You really want to ask for their assistance, connect with them, and draw in on that strength and that energy right now. Okay, you guys? And you know we're gonna finish it off with my favorite, Native Spirit. Oh, I love this deck. I don't know what it is, but me and this deck have a very serious connection, and it is just beautiful. I just am so in love with it. So please, may I only have one? And of course, hang on, I don't know if oh, yeah, that is. Woo! So we got white buffalo. Oh my gosh, you guys. Look, see, I almost came into the camera again. I cannot. White buffalo. This is, I'm going to read it from the book. You know I will. And then we got Spirit Keeper of the West. So let me very quickly, you guys, because we already going over. And I don't care, you know, like this needs to happen. And I've been gone for so long, you know, and that was part of it. Running top speed on that, you know, hamster wheel. I was burning myself out and I just could not find a way to get on camera again. It was really becoming a bit too much. And so I'm very grateful for this time for me to be able to really work in something that I'm passionate about, to do this work. You know, it's gonna also free me up to do my other creative endeavors. And it's just meant to be. I'm just really grateful for this time, and I'm just sending out so much love to everyone who is experiencing all the different extremes of this situation. So white buffalo, card meaning abundance and security are flowing into your life. All things are possible. Balance and harmony prevail. Didn't I tell you? You may be called upon to stand up for others, but you can do this because you have the support of many beings in the spirit realm. And so it just gives you a little overview of the backstory of the white buffalo. You know, many native traditions prophesied the coming of a white buffalo, and said that it was, you know, there's a legend of the white buffalo calf woman, a mystical being came to the people a very long time ago when they were out of balance. You see how, you know, like, I can't even think of the word, but you know what I mean. See how relevant this is to what we're going through right now? It said, so, you know, I am gonna read this. Give me a second. All right. In Native American traditions, there are prophecies about the coming of the white buffalo, especially among the Lakota, Dakota, and Nakota, or the Sioux. There's a legend that the white buffalo calf woman, a mystical being, came to the people a very long time ago when they were out of balance. She gifted the people with a sacred bundle containing the white buffalo calf pipe to help restore the balance. Upon leaving, the white buffalo calf woman prophesies that she will return at the end of an age. We just came out of Pisces and went into Aquarius. And this is when this whole thing happened. And that she will appear as a white buffalo calf. In recent times, white buffalo calves have been born, leading many to believe that this is the beginning of a new time. When this card chooses you, it's an honor, for it speaks of a time of miracles and balance in all things. You are a channel for the greater forces of the universe. With their help, all is possible, but without it, things can be a struggle. Surrender to support from the Great Spirit. You do not have to do everything alone. And then we got Spirit Keeper of the West. And I'll just read you the first little part of it. Transformation. See? Letting go of the old. Initiation. Illumination. Harvest. Gather your inner resources. If it doesn't feel right, don't go ahead. Trust your heart. Chaos brings positive change. Almost all change comes out of turmoil. Don't be concerned if there's confusion in your life. It will all work out. My loves, I'm going to leave it there. I was going to pull like a little, I'll just do it for you guys. Because I know some people are like, but what about my love life? Because listen, a pandemic shan't stop the people from wanting to know what's going on in their love lives, right? Not even a quarantine. So let's get from the Lover's Oracle, you know, this little heart-shaped deck. Just so cute. And let's see what Spirit wants us to know in regards to our love life, right? That could also be love of self. I just took one, okay? It flipped out. So here's the picture. And you got, my beloved, though we may be physically apart, you can't make this up. Spiritually, we are always united, for love transcends space and time. Nothing is missing. Okay, my loves? Nothing's missing. All is well. All is right. This was so wonderful. I'm so glad I'm back. You guys are going to be seeing me all the time now. I'm going to be doing dailies. I'm going to be doing weeklies. I'm going to be doing more hypergamy chats, since that's what you guys watch the absolute most and respond to the absolute most. And so yeah, just more chat videos, more tarot readings, oracle readings. I'm so grateful to be back. Thank you for sharing time and space with me. If you made it to the end, even if you didn't, I'm just, as per usual, wishing you mad love and many blessings, and I will see you on the next one. Later.